evening, everyone. Welcome to a Thursday night extra time show. Me and the wonderful Ken, as usual. Lots to talk about tonight. Lots to get through. Have we got one foot in the Wembley way, or is it just a toenail? But Kenny, you was there last night, my friend. Before you say, welcome as always to the chat as well. But what was it like, Kenny? Because it sounded I've got to be honest, the away support sounded brilliantly last night.
It was a brilliant away, brilliant. Like I said, we had all of like the shed obviously as per Carling Cup rules. We had all the shed, and we had to go in. But this time we had digital tickets. So basically, in terms of like the digital side of things, we had to like. When you go to the Emirates, you have to download your ticket onto the screen. We came in, and to be honest, it didn't seem too packed. But as the game was about to start, it got packed. And then when they played Liquidator, the atmosphere from our fans were absolutely brilliant. And it was just non-stop singing. It does help when you win, but we were singing all sorts of songs about what we're going to do to Chelsea. Chelsea fans were singing the particular songs. We've won, blah, F all, that sort of silliness.
Yeah.
So you've never seen that. And then we reduced them to saying basically singing Roman Abramovich. That's all they were singing because they are so disillusioned and so angry with their current owners that's what they were reduced to be singing. But every time they got a goal, that's when they were cheering up. But let's face it, that was pure passion. It's a London derby anyway. If you go away at Chelsea and you beat Chelsea in any game, especially at their ground, it's always a great atmosphere. But our fans, as I said it before, our away support is the best in the country, is without a shadow of a doubt, because there's people you don't normally meet at home games, and you meet the real fans. They really want to be a part of it. And even on the way out the ground, there was loads of songs. We were all like queued up outside, Fulham Broadway, and it was Chelsea. You could tell the Arsenal because we were all singing, and the Chelsea fans had their heads down. But loved it. Best atmosphere ever, and as I said, great win.
Yeah, no, it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. I mean, it sounded good. The away fans were really behind the team. So, I mean, let's get on to the game, Kenny, last night, because I said in my stream, when I done my stream last night on the Mingle, I didn't quite know how I felt. I felt happy and really, really sort of, pleased with the result, obviously, because any result against a top 6 team, going to Stamford Bridge, cup competition, semi-final, and we've come away with a result. Of course I'm happy. But there was part of me overjoyed that we've won, but then there was part of me disappointed that we haven't made the second leg easier. And I was frustrated by that, because that to me should have been a 4-1 minimum. And the game should be put to bed. Now it's kept alive, and that's the little bit I'm disappointed with, Kenny.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, because there was some mitigating circumstances for Chelsea. You have to be honest. Yeah, we won the game, we won fair and square, but I would love to play a Chelsea team that doesn't have Casado, Reece James and Cole Palmer. All day long, I like to play that Chelsea team. Would they have made a difference? You never know. We could still have put them at performance, but what we do know is the second leg, they're going to come with their big guns. The fact is you're right. We all seem to be a couple of yards, faster than Chelsea in terms of how we performed on the pitch and up there mentally. It was at times men against boys. So it was a case where if we scored the fourth one, with Marino makes has that shot, that if that shot went in the corner and that is 4-1, no one would complain. Not even Chelsea fans. They probably all walked out. And even though when we had other chances as well with him, where he's made some really good saves as well, where our good friend Sanchez. So it was a case where it wasn't a 3-2 without a shadow of doubt. We made it closer than it should have been. And so I do understand the disappointment. I do understand the worry. But you know what? you're completely right to say that, because Arsenal fans coming out of the ground and inside the ground, not one Arsenal fan, we were singing those songs, Que Sera, Sera, She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, all those kind of, the song.
All the old
However,
classics.
no one really believes it, because we've been burnt so many times, i.e. failing at the last hurdle, failing in finals, not getting past the semi-final stage, and most importantly, not, seeing it through when we're in top of the league. So a lot of Arsenal fans, we do have this kind of pessimism within us. I was talking to Arsenal fans, on a tube on the way back, from Flew Broadway. We all changed at Earl's Court. They said the same thing. They're all kind of having genuine concerns, because it is 3-2 and we have let it back in, because we know what Arsenal are capable of. But our biggest enemy and our biggest rival is Arsenal, ourselves. So yeah, I can understand your frustration.
Yeah, no, that's the problem, Kenny, and that's really kind of poignant what you're making there, because when you do go to away games, and I've been to plenty of away games and go away games, it is a different kind of fan, isn't it? When you go to away games, it's your different kind of fan. It's your fan that keeps 2 feet on the floor, a fan that doesn't get carried away with situations, and a lot of those fans now, as you said, and that, coming out the ground, you said it, although they're happy with a win, it's still in the back of their mind that the job's not finished. And that's the problem, because we have been in the past, Kenny. And I think that's the thing that I was disappointed with yesterday. If we'd have gone in 4-1, 3-1, 2-goal buffer, I'm feeling a lot different to what I am now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we're going to not go through, and I'd have taken the win all day long, but it's just concerning. But getting on to the playing, starting with the keeper, Kenny, Kepa. He done all right. I mean, he done okay for me. Are you happy that he's our number 2? Because let's take away yesterday's game. Are you happy that he's our number 2 going forward?
Hello,
Kenny.
So
You're frozen there a bit.
yeah.
I was just going to say, Kepa's our number 2 going forward. I thought he done all right yesterday, but Kepa going forward as our number 2. Are you happy with him being our number 2?
Yes, on the basis of the experience. On the basis he's got some experience. A lot of our number 2s haven't had the experience. The last experience number 2 we had was Petr Cech, obviously, and Petr Cech was coming right to the end of his career. He was born in 1982. He's about 37, 38. By the time he left, he's 37. So he's coming to the end of his career. Whilst Kepa's still relatively young enough, and he's played internationals for his country. He's played in big games for his club. League Cup finals for Chelsea. And we all know about the League Cup final where he refused to be substituted. We know about that one. So it's not 100%. It's not a kidding goal. The fact is, I understand the temptation to play Marino. Play Raya if we get to the final. And it's a big if, because at the end of the day, it's only half time. I get that. But at the end of the day, if anything does happen to Raya, I'll have no problems if Kepa goes in goal. I would have had a problem if it was case if Aaron Ramsdale went in goal. Or if I'd had a problem if it was, Hein. But with this guy, he's got the experience. That's probably why we got him and able to get him, because he has got the experience, and it's kind of goalkeeper that Mikel would like to work with. We know that Mikel he does like to have his fellow Spaniards and stroke Basques at the team. Although,
that's isn't it?
You think about the Basques we have at the club. We have Ali Balaga, we have Zubamendi, we have Marino, all Basque. He's Arteta's Basque. Obviously, Raya is a Castilla because he's from Madrid. So I understand the situation, why it is, but no problems.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Gyökeres apparently got man of the match, Kenny. I've got to be honest, it was probably about the best game that I've seen him playing. He did put himself about. He was always, he looked a threat kind of in behind. He did start to make those runs into the box. Now,
Mm.
what did you think of him seeing him live, Kenny? Did he look better for you? Did he look at it for you, or is there still question marks?
Well, the thing with Gyökeres is that what we don't want a situation where we want it to basically be the norm, those kind of performances we saw yesterday, not the exception. And without a shadow of a doubt, it has been an exception, his performances. His performance, we thought that we turned the corner early doors against Leeds, early doors against Nottingham Forest, and we thought we'd turn the corner against Burnley. And obviously a big team, and that came true. We did think we'd turn the corner. But Gyökeres' good performances are not really been the norm. It's been the exception, or if you want to use a more accurate word, a rarity. These are just like footballing facts, that we can't get away from. A lot of it is probably to do with the fact that he's not elite. He's not as elite as we like to think. A lot of people, he's not a Haaland. He's not Mbappe. He's not an Harry Kane. He's not a Lewandowski. He's a striker outside. And another thing as well, he's got to contend with the fact that we don't have wingers no more. We only have wingers all but name. What we have is inverted forwards. And I thought when I came home after the match, Jamie Redknapp was talking about how it was a situation where, we had left footers on the left, we had right footers on the right, all that kind of thing. I think what he needs to sort of really, really say is that it's not a case of having left footers on the right, left footers on the situation is basically there's no such thing as a winger. They're inverted forwards who are now our goal threat, where inadvertently they're the main men. You look at Salah at Liverpool; he's the main man at Liverpool. He's an inverted winger, but he's a goal scorer, a fantastic goal scorer. The same thing with Saka, good goal scorer, and Martinelli's is a pure goal scorer, pure as the day is given. So he's not going to get that much service because the goals get spread around. But what I said to Victor Gyökeres is that if you come with a big reputation, you should really listen to people like Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. You should put your nuts on the table and say, hang on here, get Saka around the neck, get Odegaard around the neck, get them all around the neck and say, look, give me that ball.
He's the main man.
Everyone's talking about Saka and Martinelli, but Odegaard's just as culpable for not passing to him.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, there's still a lot of work to do, but you saw a little bit of frustration with him and Saka yesterday, didn't you, Gyökeres? Because apparently he kind of pushed him away when he scored the goal. There was a situation there where Saka should have passed him the ball and he ended up, Ben White got him in. But what was do you think there's a little bit of frustration creeping in between them two as a partnership? Do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's happening, isn't it?
Without a show of that, Saka's the main man. This is Saka's team. Just like we had the situation with Mane and Salah, under the Klopp regime. Both of them are fantastic footballers. One I thought was better than the other. The other was a goal scorer, whilst the other was a better player. And it was Salah was selfish. Saka's becoming selfish. But the Liverpool team under Klopp was Salah's team. And the same thing with Bukayo Saka. At the end of the day, Bukayo Saka is still the player we need if we're going to sort of have that sort of je ne sais quoi moment when we play against, packed defences. He's still more likely to open things up. If we want to win things and see this league out, he's got to start playing well. It's not a given. We can only rely so much on it being around, spreading the goals around. That's fantastic, but he still has to turn up. Odegaard's got to turn up. But the thing with Victor Gyökeres at the moment is that he's not. No centre forward is suited to this team that we have at the moment. This team is basically like a split strikers team. It's an false number 9 team, and that if you come to Arsenal as a striker, you have to adapt to the way we play. And time waits for no one. We can't wait for Gyökeres. We can't even wait for Eberechi Eze because at the end of the day, games are coming thick and fast. And if you do think that you've got time, then what will happen is that the coach will leave you at the Victoria coach station or Golders Green coach station, and you have to make your way to your
Well,
destination
on
by
your own,
Uber.
get an Uber. No,
Yeah,
facts,
and that's
Kenny.
the thing. There's no,
Facts.
there's no, there's no. We're not waiting for any of them. We're not waiting for it to come good. But Goicoris needs to realise, even though there is friction, there clearly is. Mick Arteta has non-negotiables in terms of where we play, but there's a few players that are negotiable. Saka's a negotiable, Odegaard's a negotiable, Zubimendi's a negotiable, and Rice is negotiable. All the rest, and obviously the two defenders, and maybe Timber. After that, everything's up for grabs. Everything's up for grabs.
But
And
this is the
Goicoris-
problem I've got, though, Kenny. This is the problem I've got, and we've got the stats here on Bukayo Saka, 19 appearances. Because me and you have been saying it all along. When we go on DGs, don't we? And me and you have said that if you're going to give this guy the world-class title, look at that. His appearances, 19. Goals 4, assists 3. Right? Now, you go on last season, all right, I know he was, injured and stuff, part of it. But again, these goals and assists have got to come up, haven't they? And his performances and decision making in certain areas is not there.
Go 23-24. Go 23-24, please.
Well, we go 23-24.
Yeah, you've gone from that. That's all right. It's in terms of the world class status. I don't look at the 25 goal involvements. I just look at the goals.
Yeah,
I look at the goals, and it's still it's okay. It ain't great.
It ain't great. This is what I'm saying. He's gone from 16 goals in this season, and he's scored 4 in 19 appearances. But this is what I'm saying. Even that in a prolific season is not great when you're giving this guy the world class. Listen, we love Saka. We think he's brilliant. We've got all the time in the world for Saka, but we just want more, Kenny, don't we? We need more from him, don't we?
You know why they call him world class? Because what they've done is, you see the conversion rate. You've got 217 appearances in the league. You've got 57 goals and 48 assists. So basically, what they've done, instead of going to goals, because that's how we judge real world class players, especially in forward feed, we'll say 217 appearances, and if we see 150 goals, we'll say world class. If we see 100 and maybe 100 goals, we think, he's near world class. But what our fans conveniently do is, and that's what we got now, G&A, goals and assists. So basically we go through that data, and then rather than talking about just the goals, they're saying 270 appearances and 109 goal involvements, because you think 57 plus 48. So that's about 57 plus 48. 100 so it's
116, 117, something like that. Well, 48.
Yes, it's about 115 goal involvements. So they're now saying half and half. No, don't play that game. The fact is that you've got to remember with our fans, only our fans think he's world class. Only our fans think Odegaard is on the same level as prime De Bruyne. Our fans, you know what our fans are like. Our Diet Coke is better than any other team's Coke Zero. It's a fact, though.
It's delusional. Exactly. It's delusional.
It is, and it isn't. They're basically barracking for their, but we're barracking for our main. Well, I'm not, because I'm realistic. I don't think he's world class, but a lot of Arsenal fans think he's world class. I mean, we were on DG's show last year. There was another guy who was on there. I forgot his name, but he was astonished when, I don't know if it was either me or both of us said he's not world class. He was shocked. I couldn't believe, and I was shocked. He actually thinks he was shocked that we were shocked.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
He's shocked that he was shocked, because I was thinking, hang on here, in what footballing stratosphere and what planet is this guy world class? It made no sense whatsoever.
No, No, exactly. No, exactly, Kenny. I mean, look, he's a very, very good player, and he's an integral part of Arsenal Football Club, and he's been brilliant. He has been brilliant for us. There's no doubt about it. But as I saw from them stats there, this season he just hasn't quite been on it. And going back to yesterday's game, Kenny, again, he had little bits. I mean, you see it live, but from what I saw watching it, he had bits and pieces, but he had nothing real consistent performances yet last night.
No.
And we'll get on to Odegaard in a minute, because that's a complete different story, that is. But again, he's got players on the bench. He's got Noni Madueke. He's got Eze. He didn't even put Wanyeri in the squad. He didn't even make bench. But will it be our downfall if he keeps sticking by the same regime and sticking by his regulars? Does he still think that they're the ones that are going to carry him over the line, or could it be our downfall by doing this?
No, he generally thinks they're going to carry over the line. Yeah, he's got complete belief in Odegaard. He's got complete belief in Bukayo Saka, and that was clearly he definitely believes in Declan Rice and Zubimendi. There is negotiables. They have to play. Their place is secured, is cemented in the team, and obviously his preferred defensive partnership of Saliba and Gabriel. They're his men. All the other ones have to work hard to stay consistently in his team. He can always. What he's saying at the moment is that we got very close, and that we've been in title races with this fulcrum of the team. So he's not going to change it. Basically, Eze, Gyökeres is in the team at the moment, but his place is up for question, because we know factually that Jesus and Havertz aren't fully match fit. When they're fully match fit, then we got a conversation.
Yeah.
We generally have
competition.
Yeah, but we generally have competition for places. Let's face it, Gyökeres does not fit our team. That's not a disgrace to hit.
No, we've been saying it, Kenny, all the time, and we're taking a lot of stick over it. But it's a fact, isn't it?
No, it's not criticism of the manager or him. It's just footballing facts. The reason why it's not criticism of the manager, because majority of teams these days don't play with a striker like Gyökeres. If you think about the top teams, if you take away, Liverpool, if you take, maybe Liverpool and maybe all the other teams don't play with like an out-and-out striker. You play and you use an out-and-out striker at Man City because it's Haaland. But Liverpool, it's up for debate. Yeah, Ekitike is doing well at the moment, but they'll still function with Isak or someone else when he's fully fit, because that's the way football's going. So it's not a criticism of the manager if I say, well, you shouldn't have bought Gyökeres if your first choice is Šeško. That's just me saying, get the players you want, and if it doesn't work, of course we're going to critique you. Of course we're going to criticise you. But at the end of the day, you live and die by the sword. The fact with Victor Gyökeres is his good performance yesterday is a rarity. We have to be honest.
That's it. No, that's it. I agree. I still want to see a little bit more from him, to be honest with you.
Hello, SLD.
SLD's in the house. Yeah, he's on to you, Kenny. He's on to you, Kenny. Let's just get this quick super chat. Big up T Dot. Always a pleasure, my friend. Odegaard is poor. Nicely segueing into the next bit. Odegaard is poor. He's saving himself for.
Correct. Do you blame him though?
World Cup.
Blame him.
Kenny, this goes on and on and on for me, and I get continuously frustrated with my captain of the football team. We're from the old school. We're a cut from the old school, Kenny. We like our captains to lead by example in the way they play. We expect our captains to put in consistent performances. Now, what I expect from our captain, Kenny, and I understand that captains do have off games. I get that. But what I've always seen from my Vieiras, my Frank McClintocks, my Tony Adamses and all of this is when the game matters and that it's a big game, they turn up. They turn up. And this guy continuously in big games, semi-finals, big Premiership games, he doesn't quite give you what's required.
Yeah.
You saw him yesterday, Kenny. I watched him again. I didn't. I thought he was poor again. What was your feeling on Odegaard, Kenny, yesterday?
Well, first and foremost, to address T. Dot's observation, yeah, it's true. But do you actually blame him? From a footballing point of view, the World Cup is a pinnacle of early on's career. I think in England, we've been used to Brian Robson, back in the 80s. You know,
True.
he in 86 and 1990, he gave everything for Man United. And even in the qualifiers for England and the friendlies, he gave everything. He put his body on the line. But if he was a modern kind of player and he was put England first, I think England would have done a lot better in who knows what England could have done in 1990 if they had a fit Brian Robson. Who knows what England would have done in 86 if they had a fully fit Brian Robson. He finished both tournaments early
Yeah,
because of
true.
their exertions for Man United, because of the demands of firstly Ron Atkinson, and then secondly Sir Alex Ferguson when he was going through a bit of hell. Odegaard's a different kettle of fish where he is captain where he has to play in that World Cup, whether we like it or not. But his performances are not good enough. They're inconsistent. He hasn't had any consistency since 23-24. Yesterday was what you see of Odegaard is the good, bad, and ugly. The good is when he's on the ball and it works. The bad is just basically when the passes come off, and the ugly is when it gets physical. And that is the problem. The problem you have with Odegaard is that if you're captain of a team like Arsenal, where his descendants for the captaincy have been people like Tony Adams, Frank McClintock, Pat Rice, Kenny Sampson, and Patrick Vieira, then when you see him not relishing a physical challenge, you don't like that because we've been brought up.
No. It really grates on me, Kenny.
Yeah. And we understand it because of the fact he's come back, he's been injured, and it's World Cup year. But we don't like that as Arsenal fans. We also don't like the fact that as an Arsenal captain and an Arsenal leader, he's not Thierry Henry, who is up for every game and performs to. If he's physically fit, he's up for every game and he wants to perform well. I'm not saying Odegaard doesn't want to perform well, but his inconsistencies as a captain compared to Thierry Henry being up for every game is night and day. And then when you talk about the tenacity and the sort of like soldier-like leadership of the previous Arsenal captains, again, it's night and day. I'm not saying I know him, but what I see on the pitch is night and day compared to what I've been used to as an Arsenal captain.
Oh yeah, 100%. And sometimes it's his decision making and the way he slows the game down. And when there's a pass on, there's a pass on, and he frustrates me because I know he's got the ability. I know he's got the capabilities to be more creative, Kenny. And he just doesn't use it. Now, is that down to him, or is it down to the way the manager wants him to play? Because the manager swears by him, doesn't he? Otherwise, he keeps playing him, he keeps starting him.
It's a bit of both. It's a bit of both. The thing about first and foremost, Arteta, in a sort of like a tactical kind of way, he's like the old kind of managers we had in the 80s. Earn the right to play. Yeah, Jack Charlton's always said, earn the right to play. His football was terrible to watch. But if you wanted to play good football, John, in a Jack Charlton team, you have to work your nuts off. Be organised. You're prepared to dig in, and then you can play football. If you look at the old First Division, which is now the Premiership, there was many a game where the expression was "earn the right to play," and it hasn't really changed. It's more kind of refined under Mikel Arteta, but Mikel Arteta has non-negotiables: organisation, and that means every player. If one player is disorganised and you leave gaps, then what will happen is that player will be out of the team. Eze, Matt Cash's first goal, Wanyeri, Brentford last season.
Yeah,
That's why Odegaard does perform the non-negotiables. He is the first press. He does work hard for the ball. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't win all his battles. I'm not, but he picks his battles wisely. But he does. There were instances when he was getting in on Fernandez. Yeah, he was losing them because he's not that strong, and he,
yeah,
he lost a couple with that Ajupong. But the thing with Odegaard is that he will play because he meets the manager's requirements. That's probably why he got the captaincy,
yeah.
because he's the first press. I personally believe Mick Arteta by saying that he got the captaincy because of a vote, because I know that's exactly why Xhaka got the vote under Mick Emery. So
True.
you can't move the goalposts. It seems like that is the tradition now in our dressing room. Who's the most popular?
Yeah, no, it's true, mate. It's true. I just need more from him, and I think going forward, we need our key players to step up, and that's my concern because you got Odegaard playing like that, and you got Saka playing like that, and we've built this team up now. We keep going on about squad depth and everything else, and yet he's not prepared to risk making those substitutions early, and I'm just worried it's going to cost us, especially in the second leg if key players are not playing well.
You know what's going to cost us in the second leg? It would be full step. A lot of it will cost us is two things. We're in a situation we can basically play as we like. It's going to annoy the fans. It's going to annoy you, especially. But it's down to Chelsea to actually win the game, not us. We're well within our rights to make ourselves conservative. Make ourselves difficult to beat, be good on the ball, work our way, and if the opportunities arise, we take them. It's as much as we want to play with panache. We do have a Stockholm syndrome at Arsenal. We are genuinely scared of failing again, especially when it comes to getting the final.
Yeah, psychological on it. It is
Psychologically,
psychological.
whether we like it or not, whether we like it or not, it can go two ways. It could be a situation where we just went, you know what, stuff it. Let's win 4-0 and make this game like a practice match. We're more than capable of doing it. But the only is basically we don't have to do that. We're the ones leading. Come on, Chelsea, come and have a go. You're hard enough. That kind of offering someone out. They are going to play Reece James. They are going to play Cole Palmer. Casado's definitely going to be fit. They may.
They won't play the goalkeeper again. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, he's playing, because he's the number one.
He's shocking, mate.
Barring that mistake and barring his panic when he had the ball at his feet, he's still better than Jorgensen, isn't he?
Yeah, I suppose he is. Yeah, I suppose he is.
So you have to look at it from a different point of view. They may say this time, you know what? They may sacrifice Esteval and say, right, Neto, you go on the right hand side, and they may say to Garnacho, you start. They'll have more options. Who knows? They might even have Delap fit as well, so he'll be a foil for.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Delap could be back as well.
They're going to have to do two things. They're obviously going to have to use their brains. They thought that without a shadow of doubt, they've got to be more solid than they were at the bridge. Give nothing away, and then who knows? They're setting off, have a go. That's how they're going to play. But what they'll do is they'll have to try and win the battles. Casado's going to try and get up Declan Rice's nose. Fernandez is going to be after Mendy after what happened yesterday. So it's one of those things where we know how good Chelsea can be. And we know what we're like, where one, we think it's too comfortable, or two, we think, oh shit, oh no.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. What I was trying to say, it's new territory for this manager and these players, isn't it? Because we're actually going into a semi-final in front.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we're going to sort of address it.
I'll tell you, it's two ways. It's
a funny thing, isn't it? It's a funny feeling. I've got a funny feeling, so I don't know what the players and the managers feeling.
We'll know it kick off. If Chelsea come out the traps and they're on the front foot and they are keeping the ball well, which they did to a certain extent kick the ball quite well, actually.
Mm.
Won't lie. They
Mm.
did. It's just that they were a bit. It was men against boys for quite a bit long, most of the match.
Yeah.
But if Chelsea come out of traps, control the midfield, which they're capable of doing it, and be on that front foot, try and create those chances, try and create those openings that they were trying to create yesterday. Who knows? But the problem is that they'll have to do a lot better on their defensive set pieces, or the game could be taken away from them. So they're going to work on that.
Yeah. Defensively, they look poor. But Kenny, what did you make of Timber left back? Because I thought the young kid gave him a bit of a roasting last night. I was a little bit after on Timber. Still better than Skelly. I mean, I can't imagine if Skelly had been there.
You know what it is, though? What a metamorphosis. Just like last season and probably the early part of 23-24, everyone thought we solved their left back issue because we got Timber. And I was screaming, he's not a left back, he's a right back who can play centre half.
You saw that yesterday in abundance.
And no one was listening. Now, we put him at left back, and we realised he wasn't really that great at left back anyway, because he is cementing his position as a right back. Just like when he plays in defence, he's not that man anymore. He is a right back now. He's not like a centre half. And Ben White will get more games by default, not because he did all right. He did well yesterday. He's getting those games because Mikel Arteta cannot trust Miles Lewis-Skelly. Just can't trust him.
He's lost his trust in him straight away, hasn't he?
It's gone.
He's another one that's kind of fallen out.
If Calafiori's fully fit, Ben White's back on the bench. If Hincape's fully fit, Ben White's back on the bench.
Yeah.
There's no way that he wants to unbalance the defence by playing a right back at left back, but the problem with Miles Lewis-Skelly, he's not good enough at this moment of time. No. And before anyone says he's not playing in his right position, that he plays midfield, there's no space for him. There's no places available.
There isn't. Unfortunately, there isn't. And we're going to see we're starting to see the slide of Miles Lewis-Skelly.
We saw it last season.
We saw it last season. It was a slope.
Just want to say something straight. So get still with the facts. Wolves away. The only reason why Miles Lewis-Skelly had his red card rescinded was because of public pressure. But don't kid a kidder. He did foul the guy. He did do a dirty one, because we've all done it when we played. We played at levels, at highest levels for us, and we know that he actually meant to take the guy out, and he clearly did on a sly sort of way. But guess what? Because he didn't connect properly, we all said, "Oh, let him off. He's only 17. He's only 18." But he did it. You know he did it.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean,
he learned his lesson because he did it. What happened against West Ham? We got beat because we got beat because West Ham were a better side. But when Kudos, like I said, took care of him.
Yeah, he did. And the signs were there. But I mean, Timber done okay at left back, but I thought he met his match with it. I think they've got a good player in that young winger there.
Of course. And let's not forget, they doubled up as well with Neto as well, and that's going to be an issue as well. But the problem is, Miles Lewis-Skelly's so bad that he won't be able to play him, and he's not going to. He does if he plays, Timber at left back. You won't really need to sort kind of match. I'll say bring forward the kind of fitness issues for Calafiori and Hincape, because what will happen if Miles Lewis-Skelly actually played that position and we didn't have Timber, you'll be saying, you know what, I'm sorry, Ricardo, I'm sorry, Piero, but I'm going to have to play you because this guy is so bad that I'm going to have to, even if you're 80% fit, you're playing. I'm sorry, I need you. You know what I mean? Now, with Timber in his team, you don't need it. But let's not forget, Timber's had his own injury concerns as well.
Oh, yeah, massively. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. They're all a bit of a time bomb, aren't they, Kenny? As injuries.
Playing that second leg against Chelsea, they might not play because they may be rested because of injury. because they've played
Exactly.
too many games. You look at the amount of games we got. All right, Chelsea's on the 3rd of February. Before that, we got Nottingham Forest, Internazionale.
Yeah.
After Internazionale, we got
Man United.
Man United, and after Man United, we got Kerat, and then we got
Carrot.
Leeds United.
Leeds
And then we
away,
got
tough one. And
It's
then we
about
got
5
Chelsea.
games. That's 5 games, is it? 4 or
And a
5
lot can
games.
happen in them 2 games, Kenny, couldn't it? With injuries and stuff like that,
Yeah.
a lot can happen. So
Yeah.
you know how we looked yesterday. Because let's be honest, he put a very, very strong team out yesterday. I was surprised with that. I didn't predict that. I thought that he would stick by his squad depth.
The arc, mate.
I thought Eze would have started, and I thought
just remember, it used to be the Twin Towers, but now it's like the arc.
The arc.
The arc. When
Yes.
you see the arc, you know when you get on the A406 and you get in your nice little car,
That's it.
And then you see the arc, and you think, I could be playing there in about 2 months' time. That's when you think, I've got to get my best team out.
Yeah,
arc,
true. I've got to be honest. I've got to be honest. I thought that he would have stuck by his Carabao Cup team. I thought Eze would have started. I thought knew he'd have his big guns on the bench, but I honestly thought Marino.
Eze's got his work cut out. Eze's got his work cut out.
Yeah, we've got to touch on Eze. Before we do that, Kenny, I just want to say big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure that you're subbing to Kenny, following Kenny Ken as well. Big up to everyone in the chat. Your comments are all valid. I am sort of getting through them, guys. Blessed to every single one of you. If you've not subbed, why not? If you haven't smashed a like, get and do it now, people. It does help the channel. I've started a couple of things, Kenny. Big up the Arsenal. Boy, what do you lads think about if we get to the final? Do you think Arteta will play cautious like he did against Liverpool and City at home?
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Kenny? If we did get to the final, let's say we've done the job at Chelsea, it's us versus Man City, because that's what it looks like on paper at the moment. It'll change.
He always plays
cautious.
He was cautious. He was cautious in 24 when we played at Etihad. He was cautiously optimistic when we played them when we got the 2-2.
Yeah,
at their ground, and a neutral ground like Wembley, where he knows Man City have got all those big guns on the bench.
And he's desperate for a cup.
Yeah. He's desperate for a cup. Of course, he's going to be 100% cautious, because the simple reason is that he knows that, come on, they've had this Semenyo now.
Oh, mate, they got
Semenyo and Doku. They've got Savinho. They've got Mamouche is going to be playing now. Now Egypt are not playing in the final. Mamouche to come back.
Got Cherky as well.
Nori as well at left back. He's come back from the African Cup of Nations.
This is what I'm saying, Kenny. Would you say that City? Sorry to interrupt you, mate, but that leads us nicely onto my question. And big up to everyone that put that in the question as well, playing cautious, because I think he will. Because the fact of the matter is, and me and you said this, our attacking third this season, it's facts that Man City have looked better in the attacking third than what we have, haven't we? We've looked really bumpy, haven't we? We're going over speed bumps. City are just flying.
You know what it is, though? Let's not forget, they kind of fast forwarded the transfer of Semenyo, because in certain games, you know, Brighton, Chelsea, and Sunderland, they became a bit predictable attacking wise. You know, Sunderland knew what was coming, and they knew that they could push them back because they got a lot of strong runners. Against Brighton as well, same sort of thing. Got good at Brighton. Brighton were very organised, but on the counter attack, they had some strong runners. Got in behind City quite a bit, and who knows, could have nicked the game. But initially, when City were going for that second goal against Chelsea as well, and against Brighton, and obviously getting that goal against Sunderland, they were too predictable attacking wise. Everyone knew what was coming. They knew what Doku was going to do. They knew Doku was going to be difficult, but they always knew that if he puts a cross in, they made sure that Haaland didn't get a clean touch of the ball. You know, Brighton even tried to give Haaland a give me, and Haaland couldn't believe his luck, and he panicked and basically shot straight at the keeper. But now with Semenyo, he's another sort of ball in the chain.
Another outlet, isn't it?
another outlet, and he's allowed to play in the competition. He's playing with both of them. We changed the rules where who cares? It's a free for all. So yeah, they do have the attacking intent. One thing we could do if we played them in the finals, cut off the supply. By getting control of that midfield, we can cut off the supply.
Yeah.
Declan Rice will have to work his nuts off, and Zubimendi will have to be that midfielder that I've been saying
And
he is.
defensively, I mean, he had a good. I think that's the best game that I've seen Zubimendi play. To be honest with you,
He's had other games. He's had other good games like that.
He's had other good games, but that's for me. That's the best game he's played.
Yeah, as I said before, DJB, with Zubimendi, he is going to be in that team no matter what until he gets it right. Because Arteta's basically took out a second mortgage on him. He believes that Gorka is not the missing link to us winning in Europe and winning a title. It's Zubimendi that's the missing link.
Yeah.
In his eyes. Yeah. Not in my eyes, but in his eyes.
Yeah. No, exactly. One for the doc here. Big up the doc. DJB Ken, are you concerned about the second leg at all in consideration that we let them back in twice? Some left to play. Have you got any concerns at all?
It's Chelsea. You know, they're only it's half time. They're only a goal.
Chelsea in the cup. That's all you got to think of.
Yeah. They're going to get all their big guns. They'll defend well, and they know they can create chances. We're not this infallible defence that we thought we were before Sunday.
No, we're leaking a few goals lately, aren't we?
Well, yes, because it doesn't matter how good you think you are defensively, whether you like it or not. You know, if teams put you under, you know, like I said, constant pressure, sustained pressure, you'll concede goals. Doesn't matter how good you are. Yeah, you may score a few. You may think, you know, all right, they scored 2, we scored 3. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's football. We're not making these mistakes because we're playing badly. It's because teams have got good players who open us up. They got midfielders who took risk. I mean, Fernandes, you know, he was taking risks. He was trying to open up the play. You know, there was players were making runs and taking defenders with them, and he got a lot of space yesterday.
Yeah.
Only that we were more clinical than Chelsea. But look at it. Look at the goals they scored. You know, they won the ball back in midfield of Odegaard, put the cross in. Saliba was nowhere to be seen, and Kepa was beaten near post. It's a corner routine. They won their battles. They got tossing. You know, an extra body alongside.
Garnacho unmarked.
Garnacho unmarked, volleyed it in the back of the net. So we will concede goals because teams are not scared of us in that respect. Yeah, they might lose to us, but they're having a go now. Exactly. Before, when we played Fulham away and we played other teams, it was a case of this defence is going to be the best. They're going to have the best defensive record in the country. That we're going to concede the less goals, blah blah, and teams believed that when they played us, especially like Fulham away, where they didn't believe they could break us down. Whilst Sunderland has shown that you can have a go at Arsenal, you can get in behind them. Yeah, but you have to be careful that we could create something out from open play, or our set piece is just uniquely good that we'll nick the game by a set piece. But you can still break us down.
Yeah. I mean, we're not fallible. I mean, we are definitely beatable. It's just that we're hard to beat and we're physical, and you know, but. For me, in that second leg, Kenny, everyone's got to be on it from the word go. We can't carry anyone in that second leg because that's going to be. Chelsea's got nothing to lose in that game, have they? They're going to finish. They're fighting for fourth.
Yeah, but you know what Arsenal are going to do. You know what's going to happen. These are the facts. We're going to have the pyrotechnics. We're going to have all the.
Tifos.
When we get to our seats, we're all going to have these little flags.
The silly carrier bags.
One's going to be right. We're going to have a cringy
Tifos,
festival. And then what will happen is that cringy atmosphere is going to take us over the line. And then what will happen is that everyone won't leave the ground because we've got a Wembley and we'll be seeing K Sarah. Now, that may happen and may not happen, but what I mentioned earlier, you know, the pyrotechnics and obviously like the little sheets and, you know, hymn sheets. Yeah, that'd be there. Cringy.
Yeah. SLD's loving you tonight, Kenny. SLD's loving you tonight, my friend.
No way am I singing North London Forever. I find that song is completely annoying.
He loves a bit of Kenny SLD. Big up, my friend. Big up everyone.
No, I don't, Kawaja. But the only thing about Chelsea yesterday, and that was why the atmosphere was fantastic. Not one person saying that garbage.
No, exactly. Oh, no, exactly. Binks is in, Paul Nash is in, Jamboy, all the regulars are in. We're hoping to see Binks. I'm hoping to see Binks at the Chelsea game. Binks is right next to. Apparently, Binks. She's got a ticket right next to 114. So come round, have a little.
I'll tell you one thing. He's got a good chance to get a Wigan ticket as well. Because I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
We don't know when the game is, but I don't think there's many fans who are going to want to watch.
No, FA Cup tickets will be going spare, I reckon. Yeah, definitely, 100%.
We're not saying we won't turn up, but what we are saying is that bloody hell, if you know the thing with Wigan, or nothing against Wigan, only the fact that it's a rugby league town.
It's a rugby town, isn't it?
And if they do like football, all of them are Man United fans. Man United have got massive support in them. No, it's not. I'm not slagging it off. You think about
you're right, Kenny. You're right, Kenny.
Wigan's in Greater Manchester, and if you think about the Man City, the demographics of Man United fans around Manchester and Greater Manchester, the city of Manchester is mostly Man City fans, but there's a few glory hunters support Man United. But if you go to places like South Manchester, like Salford, Trafford, Orchard, Wigan, parts of Bolton, all those areas. And parts of Lancashire, it's Man United. Now, if you go to Man City, Stockport, that's Man City. Ashton upon Lyne is Man City.
Yep.
And Oldham is Man City. But other 100%. Parts, and that's demographics of Manchester. Of course, Man United.
When they had the drastic plastic.
Man United fans, Man City fans, have said, "Oh, you're all plastics. You've got more fans across the country and across the world." Well, since Pep's been there, you've copied Man United, and you've got fans from all over the country now. The amount of Man City fans. There was one girl who was a Man City fan, and she had a South London accent. You try and tell me that she grew up a Man City fan?
It's what I tell you. It's crazy, isn't it? It is. These Man United and Man City fans, mate. They're everywhere. I'm telling you, they're absolutely everywhere, but not where they should be.
What about Chelsea fans?
You know what I mean?
Do you remember when Abramovich was at Chelsea?
I've got Man United fans rife where I live.
Yeah, but that must be. But the thing about it is that stretches back to Munich 1958. That stretches back to
Yeah.
So you can be kind of like I would say you could. You could be like facetious or sneering as much as you like, but that's always been away since the 60s, late 50s, 60s. Whilst Man City, since Sheikh Mansour's come to the club, they've had fans from all across the world. But Chelsea as well. You think about it, since Abramovich, there were times when they were the biggest club in London in terms of support, new support. We had the traditional support, but now we're the biggest club in London because the amount of people from across our capital cities who are Arsenal supporters is unbelievable. Bukayo Saka was interviewed, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, where he was saying that wherever he goes in London, he always he knows he'll see an Arsenal shirt because it's very fashionable if you're from London or if you're from like certain parts of the country and you're from a certain demographic of this country, that you support Arsenal. It's a fashion. I support Arsenal because there's more people. The team represents me in terms of where I grew up.
Yeah, it is very much like that, isn't it? Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously, because Ian Wright, he was my man.
Wright, and Saka now, with a modern fan.
It's very fashionable to support Arsenal. And even the fact we haven't won anything for about.
He loves Gallas.
I know, we all love Gallas. Yeah, the fact we haven't won anything for 6 years hasn't deterred, fans coming out and shouting their support for Arsenal.
Exactly.
We went 9 years without winning trophies, and there were so many people saying they support Arsenal. Aaron, where are you, son?
Aaron,
I'm here, mate.
Aaron's in. We can't see him, but Aaron is in the building. Listen,
Can you
big
hear
up
me
to
all
the
right?
Southern Gooner as well. He's had a little put a comment in there, but yeah, that's
Hi,
going to be a
Matty.
massive
Hi,
game.
Aaron. I'm going to mute myself.
Aaron, he's
Oh,
muted.
can you hear me all
Aaron,
right?
yeah, all good, man. All good. Thanks for joining us, Aaron. I know you're out busy at the moment. Thanks for coming on. What was your opinion on the game? Are you happy? Have we got one foot in the door? Have you booked your Wembley ticket? Have you got any concerns? And yeah, go on, give us your rundown on it, my friend.
Yeah, mate. Now, big up. Well, we was having a little chat. I'll give you a call, didn't I?
Yeah.
Just before you was on, and we had a little chat. Yeah, mate. Look, before the game, it's one of them, wasn't it? Typical fashion. Before the game, you'd have took a victory because it's away. It's a London derby. You know, Chelsea can be a team, maybe not under this manager because it was his first game, but they can be a roller coaster, can't they? 1 minute they're Dagenham and Redbridge, next minute they're Barcelona, aren't they? You know,
Yeah,
so you never really know Forrest Gump settings like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get with Chelsea. But thankfully we got a very lackluster Chelsea. Unfortunately, we didn't put them away like we should have.
No,
You know,
I was like
you
that.
know, there
I
was
was like
there was
that.
there
I
was
was a
big
bit.
opportunity there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, I
at the
feel it
end
was
of
an
the day,
opportunity missed.
yeah, that's it. Look, you know, at the end of the day, it's a victory. It's a
Yeah.
win away. You know, we have got one sort of foot in the door. Do you know what I mean?
I
You
think
know,
so.
you're playing at home. It should be comfortable. I don't think Chelsea will score. You know, 2-2 on us. Do you know what I mean? I think we're there or thereabouts. But you can't help but sort of wonder. You know, if we'd have been a bit more with a bit more conviction, you know, we could have been breezing that game, bruv. We could have been rolling to that Emirates. Me, you, and Kenny, we'll all be going. We could have been going there, you know, just sitting there chilling out, going, do you know what? Don't really matter. The fact that they got that little goal back gives them a chance, gives them hope, and just still breeds a tiny little bit of doubt in for us, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a football side of things, though, Aaron,
Yeah.
I'm quite looking forward to the second leg now. I was anyway, but now there's really something on it. It's going to be quite an exciting night, isn't it? I mean, I know Chelsea. I know we want them to win 4-1 and put the game to bed, and we could have gone to the Emirates and it would have been party time. But there's something on it now, isn't there? It's going to be worth going over there and watching, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, man. You know, I definitely sort of wanted to go. You know, because I wanted to be part of that. You know, like in the FA Cup, when you go to Wembley, didn't you? Anyway, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, like when you can get to sing, you're going to a final. You know what I mean? It's a good feeling, isn't it? And I know we're not there yet, but you know what I mean, didn't you? When you're a part of the stadium, if we get it over the line on the home leg in February, which I expect us to do, by the way.
I hope so, man.
You know, you just get that thing where everyone in the stadium, whether you're a top gooner, whether you're, you know, a bit more cautious and a bit more reasonable like our side of the fence, it doesn't matter what style of Arsenal fan you are. If Arsenal do the business in the second leg, we're all going to be singing in unison because we're all going to be buzzing. We're going to be going to Wembley, you know, and that's what I sort of want. That's what you pay your money for, boys. You know, we don't pay. You know, I know we've all got various season ticket pricing. Mine's 1,400 odd quid. I don't pay that every year, you know, because I'm, you know, just happy to show up. I love my football club anyway, and I'll show up regardless. But I want to see moments like this. I want us to go be at the
You want
Emirates and be
something
able
at the
to
end of
sing
it, don't
"We're
you?
off to
Of course you do.
Wembley, Wembley."
Of
Well, I
course you
want to
do.
sing that, and then I want to go to bloody Wembley. And not only do I want to go to bloody Wembley, I want to see us lift trophies at
Well, this is
Wembley,
it, isn't it?
like I did in 16, 17. You know, the last time
Yeah.
anyone did at
Yeah.
Wembley, of course, because of the COVID. Oh, but that's what we pay our money for. That's what we wait for. I've waited a bloody long time to get back to Wembley. I expect the boys to do it. And I tell you what, if we do the business, which I expect us to, I'll be buzzing, mate. There'll be no one more buzzing than me. I'll be somersaulting out of bed the next day. And if we win it, I'll be somersaulting then. And I don't want
Yeah.
us to stop there. Take the fucking title with it, boys. Sorry for the language.
No, take
You
the
know,
title
we
with
should
it
be
as well.
doing
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
But we're so
100%.
negative,
Big
everyone.
up
We're so
us.
negative. Just remember that.
Oh yeah, no, we're totally negative. We was absolutely gutted that we won that yesterday, weren't we? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Aaron, I know I got you on for. I know you're busy at the moment, and
Yeah.
but What was your? I mean, me and Kenny's had our thoughts on individual performances, and I'm not going to go rattling through the whole team because there were some good
Yep.
ones, there were some bad ones, but the two that stood out for me, again, I was disappointed with Odegaard, the captain, as well. Another big game, didn't really show up for me, and I'm still a bit concerned about Saka. Look, we all love Saka, but we just want more, don't we? How did you feel on them two players, especially Aaron?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you've already mentioned it or not, but there was a little interesting thing I see. I think I said this to you before we spoke.
Yeah,
There's a little
with the
interesting
Gyökeres
thing with
thing, the
Saka and
celebration.
Gyökeres. Yeah, that was quite interesting. Yeah, I quite like that from Victor though. He give him a little push as if to say, yeah, look, this is what happens when you give me a bit of service. I know it didn't come down his side, but you know what I'm saying. I need
Yeah.
this kind of service sort of thing. I'm here in the box. Feed me the ball. I quite like that from him. But from Saka, to answer your actual question, it's I was sort of hoping, and I said this before I streamed, I was hoping like a Gyökeres and a Saka. I was hoping that they would sort of put in the performances because they're players that need it. They should be our main goal threats. The pair of them two should be Arsenal Football Club's bread and butter when it comes to goals. And at the minute, it's just not happening for various reasons, for different reasons as well. Bukayo Saka needs a big performance. He needs one of them goals, where he cuts in and it goes in the top corner. They've been going
he
into
does
Rosed far too many times.
Like
He just ain't been on it. He ain't been on it. He needs that performance where he don't just score a goal or two and is anonymous. He needs that performance, Bukayo Saka. Where he just terrorizes a left back and he scores 2 goals and he assists something. Where you look at it and go, yeah. I've just watched a fantastic performance today. He's desperate of that, Bukayo Saka, because you can see he's probably a bit low on confidence. I don't think he'll ever be exactly the same with that injury. I reckon maybe
affected him, isn't
it?
Definitely.
Listen, I've said this plenty of times, and I'm sure you two might agree with me. Maybe if he hadn't have had that injury, he could have got to a world-class trajectory. Maybe. But I think after this injury, I don't think we'll ever see a version of Bukayo Saka that's going to be world-class. Very good player, yes. Very good career, yes. I just can't see it. Like, that little beat in a pace. I'm not saying he's slow, but that burst of pace, he's lost that little bit. He's lost something. Something ain't quite there. I don't know whether he's going to be able to rediscover it. I bloody hope so.
Yeah,
but he just seems like he's lost a little bit of something, can he?
Good point.
And it's like I said, I don't think he was ever world class anyway, or has been world class. I think he could have been, but I don't think he ever will be. But that's not to say he's not going to have a very good career, and hopefully a very good career at Arsenal. But he's been a bit frustrating of late, I must say. Yeah.
What do you reckon, though, Kenny? Sorry. What do you reckon, Kenny? Do you reckon?
Big up as well, Ken. Big up to Kenny. I love having a little stream with Ken. Big up to the Ken.
He was there last night. He was there last night when he Kenny.
You going to like the second leg?
I will do, my friend. Yeah. Hopefully, I bump into you.
Well, you can't miss me.
I know. I've shook your hand. It suffocated mine like I was a little child.
Listen, this second leg, we're all meeting up again. We're gonna get down there. We're gonna get down the pub where we meet, and we're gonna meet in there. Definitely. Hopefully, it won't be peeing a rain like it was against Liverpool. And we all have to run the shelter.
You know what's that? We all say we're going to do that, but in essence, right, it's an evening game. We all think, you know what, we'll meet in a concourse somewhere. You know what I mean? We all say we're going to do it. I think we've had a few like no shows, but back to what you said about Bukayo Saka. The thing with in terms of like whether he's world class or not. Look, you never know what will happen. You never know. But the fact is that for England, his performances have got a lot are actually his performances for England and his moments for England are better than Arsenal.
Agreed.
But they got Tuchel, haven't they? This is it. Is it Tuchel giving him more freedom in the final third? Is his defensive duties less?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You have to ask yourself a question. If we say Bukayo Saka has played really good football for the last few years, we'll have to concede that he played his good football under Mikel Arteta's stewardship.
Yeah.
That's just facts. That's just facts. Mick Arteta's built a team around him. Mick Arteta's made him the main man of the team. So you can't say that if we get another manager might not give Bukayo Saka that kind of seniority. He may spread it around the team. So in terms of Bukayo Saka, whether he's world class or not, still say it's the numbers really. But you could take your goals and assists and put it in the outside toilet for all I care. All I care about is appearances and goals. That's how you judge all the world class players. That's how we judge Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
I actually forgot Gareth Bale assisted goals and he was a creative player because of the goals he scored. You know, I only look at appearance. I look at the things I look at is AG, appearances, goals. I don't look at GA, goals and assists. I just look at appearances versus goals, and that's my mathematic probability. And then I'll look at that and I'll say world class. I look at your record first. I think, yeah, world class, potentially world class, and then I'll look at your big moments where you change the game, and then that's what I'll judge you as world class.
Yeah,
I don't want GAs. That's cheating codes. I don't want a player that scores penalties, predominantly penalties, as well as goals. That's cheat codes. I want someone who can score goals out of nothing on a regular basis, and their appearances to goals ratio is more than 1 and 2. I don't want 1 and 2. I expect that if you're a good player. I want a situation which is higher than 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think as well to add alongside that with Saka, I agree with everything you're saying. By the way, Ken, I just think as well, he needs to add that if you want to start talking about him on that level, he needs to have that Sadio Mane season, that Salah season, that Mahrez season, that Eden Hazard season, where you just go, yeah. That not only has he got them numbers and appearances and goals, like you say, Ken, but his goals meant something. They contributed to lifting the big cups, And for me, I think you've got to do that as well. He needs to find himself some form now, and if he can have a blinding second half of the season, because we've only just scratched the sort of surface in terms of the second half of the season. If he can find the form of what he was in 2 years ago, 18 months ago, and drag us and get them in them nasty April and May games, the running games where it's tight. Get us the winner. When you cut inside, bang that in the top corner in a horrible 1-0 away win. That's what wins your titles, them games. Be that guy to do that. So far this season, and for a little while as well, injury obviously thing. He hasn't been that version of Bukayo Saka. He hasn't. We need him to be Bukayo Saka for 2 years ago for the second half of the season. Pull your. I'm not saying that will make him world class, by the way, but pull your socks up, boy. You're on 300k a week now. I expect you to do the business. I expect you to do it anyway. But you're a very wealthy young lad. Do the business for Arsenal Football Club and do the business for our fans. And by do the business, I mean get a goal scoring or assist contribution in May where me, you, Kenny, and every single other Arsenal fan are at that Emirates watching us lift that trophy. That's what it's all about. He's got to get a contribution in like that for me.
Yeah, no, facts. I'll tell you what, though, before we go on to the Forest game at the weekend, it was interesting. I don't know if anyone else see it, and I've been trying to get it up. Saliba had done a post-match interview. I think it was on Paramount, and they asked him some brilliant questions. And one of the questions was, do you believe that you and Gabriel, or people say that you and Gabriel has got the best partnership at centre halves in world football? Do you believe that? And Saliba's answer was along these lines. Yeah, I truly believe we are. However, we can't be deemed world class until we actually win something. I'm fed up of going home with empty pockets.
I like that answer. Winner.
This is where. But what I'm trying to say, this is what we've been saying on the channels. Me, you, Lee, Kenny, Ken, and all that. We've all been saying this for ages. You can't give yourself that title unless you actually start putting medals on the table and cups. And I thought by him coming out and saying that was really, really poignant of Saliba. he's saying, I'm fed up of going home empty-handed. I'm fed up of going away with empty pockets. We all believe this season. What do you make of that, Kenny, what he said there? Because if it goes, let's say, and God forbid, I hope it don't happen, but let's just say that the wheels do come off and we fall short again. After what I've said about Saliba, and you can watch it back on Paramount. I've watched the Saliba interview, and I love the way he comes across because he kind of says it as it is. You can't say anything until we actually win anything. If we don't win anything this season and a disaster happens, God forbid it does, even though he's signed 5-year deals, do you think these players would start looking elsewhere, Kenny, or do you think they're here for the long haul?
Yeah, thing about it is that, look, they're contracted, aren't they? If you've got a contract, they'll stay as long as their contract is there. It's because you've got to remember one thing. We thought the same thing. You remember when there's a period. Do you remember there was a period around between 2003 and 2007 when people were asking Rio Ferdinand the same question? Would you leave Man United? Because there was a period where you actually thought that Jose Mourinho at Chelsea was going to clean up, and Man United were going to be like the past, because Mourinho won the titles in 2004-05, and in 2005-06 he won a title, and everyone thought that, you know what, these players are going to defect to Chelsea. They didn't. They stayed at Man United, and the season after Mourinho won the title in 2006, Man United went to domination. So I think with players like Saliba and Gabriel, they'll stay because they believe genuinely amongst themselves that if they win the title, they won't stop winning things. It'll be like a fire belt with trophies, but they have to win their first one.
Yeah.
So they're going to stay. Yeah. They generally believe in like Mick Arteta, and they believe in like the project. The fact is that if it carries on and we don't win anything, then what will happen? The players will still stay, but they'll expect someone else to get them over the line, and that's the situation.
Yeah.
But whatever happens, they do feel that if they win one, it won't stop. It'll be like a domination. That's what they're aiming for. I don't think it will happen because Arsenal, when they've been strong and won trophies, haven't gone on to dominate. And we've had better teams like this. Premiership history, the only team the only two teams who are actually dominating is the two Manchester teams, Man United and Man City.
Yeah, no, I agree, and that's my concern. That's my concern. We may win trophies this year, but I don't see us dominating for the next 4 or 5 years.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's difficult, and I just don't think he's got it in him. That's me personally. Big up, Matty. Saliba knows exactly what time it is. Trophies are needed desperately. 100%, Matty. This is it now. There's no going around and roundabouts now. This is it. It's do or die time for us now this season. 100%. Big up, Rashid. Make sure that you're following level-headed Arsenal fan at Rashid. Big up to you. Saliba is the only player that can play for a bigger team than Arsenal. Maybe Rice too. Yeah, Gabriel's age is against him. I think Gabriel could play for a bigger team, but you got to remember, Gabriel's 28, 29 now. He but I still think Gabriel's got a big team in him within the next. I think, but if it was going to happen, it would have gone to happen by now.
You know what hurt Gabriel Magalhaes?
Go on, mate.
On the ball, he's average on the ball.
He's average.
Yeah. On the ball.
Yeah,
you saw Liverpool last week when he was him, and he looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Twins when he was about to lose his virginity. Yeah. What do I do now?
Saliba's improved on the ball for me. I mean, he nearly bent one top corner last night, didn't he?
Yeah, but Saliba's you can tell Saliba's an actual born footballer.
Yeah,
and that he plays the defence because he's bloody good at it.
Yeah. And the thing is with them two, they complement one another well, don't they? You've got the sort of the Gabriel Magalhaes, which is like your leader, your sort of, and you've got your Silkies kind of cool-headed Saliba there. So they do complement one another. I mean, they are a fantastic pairing. We're very lucky to have them, I've got to be honest.
We definitely are. But people have attacked Gabriel Magalhaes for Bayern Munich and Barcelona. He's not good in the ball. You look at Upamecano and I think Lee, the Korean, the centre-halves, all the centre-halves they have, they're all good in the ball.
Yeah, they're both good on the ball. Yeah,
and that's where Saliba will flourish at a bigger club. I don't think Gabriel would.
No, true.
Because he is first and foremost a defender. He loves defending.
Yeah,
but these bigger clubs, they're going to expect him to be part of the attack, to build attacks.
Yeah, football's changed, isn't it? I mean, centre halves have to play centre halves have to be prime midfield players nowadays, don't they?
Why do you think he loves Calafiori? Why do you think he loves Calafiori?
Oh yeah, he loves Calafiori because Calafiori can come in midfield. Yeah, and he's good on the ball.
Excellent, yeah. Exactly. He's more than good on the ball. Why do you think potentially he tolerates Miles Skelly? Because he's good on the ball.
Yeah.
You can't. Whatever you say about Miles Skelly as a left back, on the ball, he's good. He's brilliant.
Yeah, they've got to be. These defenders have got to be like midfielders. But big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure that you smash the likes and make sure you're subbing to Aaron Talks Arsenal and you're following Kenny Ken on his Instagram. Before we wrap up, we've got to touch on a big game that's coming up, Aaron, on the weekend. Nottingham Forest away. Forest desperate for points, absolutely desperate for points. Sean Dyche, he's got this way in. He's got this way of playing that's frustrating the big teams. Sean Dyche is the sort of manager that will go and get beat by sort of Wolves, but then he'll show up against Man City and beat them. Do you know what I mean? He's that kind of manager, and that's what worries me. Now, when we drew that game against Liverpool, in hindsight, it was a point against Liverpool. I get that. We're 6 points clear. I get that. But it was another opportunity to go 8 points clear. And then, if this was a little bit uncomfortable after a cup semi-final against Forest, perhaps a draw wouldn't have been a bad result. But the fact of the matter is, we've now got to go and win this game, haven't we? What's your thoughts on Forest? Are you worried about it at all?
I'm worried. I wouldn't say was a word, but obviously you have your concerns because look, they're not the Forest of last year. We figured that out, but everything you say rings true, DJB. They've got a manager and they'll still be a threat. They'll still be bang up for this game, and it's not a nice place to go at all.
No,
and especially for this Arsenal team, it's not historically been a nice place to go for Mikel Arteta. No. So I would have felt comfortable had we have got maximum points v Liverpool, as you quite rightly said, Bud, in the knowledge that, look, if we're not quite on it today, or they have a defensive masterclass, or they just have a masterclass in general, Nottingham Forest, if we was to come out with a draw there and you're 8 points clear, you go, look, all right, sweet. It's not the best result, but considering, you can afford it. You get out of there. It's a horrible game out the calendar. Yeah. But it's a must-win now, and I know it's always silly, isn't it, when you say a must-win, because they're all must-wins. They all are. But in the context of it, it just bloody is, isn't it? You've when you drop points, I always feel like you just got to get straight back up, ain't you?
Sorry, Aaron. If you do drop points Saturday, you're looking at back-to-back games where you've not picked up maximum points.
Well, this is it, DJB, because this is what I wanted to sort of make clear. So I've already said, we don't know yet, and this statement I'm about to make will only be true come the end of the season, because we'll know, hindsight, 2020 and all of that. When Manchester City drew them 3 games, even though it's a different stage of the season, DJB, it sort of kind of reminded me of when we had the West Ham 2-0 up, screwed it. When we had the Liverpool 2-0 up, screwed it. And then the Southampton after. And then you look back on it and went, that's where we fumbled it. I think, if Arsenal were to win the title, that would be where City will go. Them 3 draws, that's where we lost the league, if Arsenal were to win it. However, I also said, look how easy it was for Manchester City to drop 3 games in a row, draw 3 games. If Arsenal draw to Nottingham Forest, All of a sudden you've drew two. All of a sudden you've drew two in a row. It's easily done, isn't it? These little clusters, and you know, I just don't want us to get into that habit of, wow, Manchester City, yeah, they dropped 3 points. We could have gone 8 points clear to, well, we've just dropped 2 in 2 games. All of a sudden, then, you know, you don't want to be going 3 and 3. Otherwise, you're just back to square one, aren't you? So it's a must win. It's an absolute must win. We've got to turn up there on Saturday, all guns blazing, all firing on all cylinders. Not just 7 of the 8. We've got to be going on all of the cylinders, all of them. We've got to turn up a performance by hook or by crook. I don't care. Just as long as each of them individuals show up, we've got a great chance of nicking the game or winning the game or comfortably winning the game. We've just got to turn up because they'll want it. Let me tell you, they will want it, Nottingham Forest.
Well, they need it.
They need it. And they need it. We just got to want it more. We can't afford to go there. You know, oh, it's a little bit cold today, isn't it? Oh, that coach travel was quite long. Oh, you know what I mean? Oh, we're you know, we can't be doing that. Turn up there, roll up your sleeves, pull your socks down to an amicable level, not all the way over your knees like TT used to, and go out there and churn out a victory. I don't care how you do it. Get me that victory. We need to do that. I hope we do. I don't think it'll be a pretty watch. Having said that, gentlemen, it hasn't been a pretty watch for a long time, has it? Really?
No, not really. Take, it hasn't really.
You know, a couple of games.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. You know, I'm not expecting to be sat there and, you know, in awe of the performance. I'm not. I'm expecting to be semi-bored to bored shitless. Excuse my French again. But as long as we come out with the 3 points, I'll take it. I'll take it. I won't be happy. You always want performances, boys. And I know I'm going on. You always want the performances because not only does it, you're 6 points, but it establishes that you're not 6 points because you fluked your way there or you're just in a purple patch. When you're 6 points ahead or 8 points ahead and you're playing well, it's because you're the best team in the league. Not because you've got good fixtures or because you're lucky or you've got penalties and away goals. If you're playing well and you're 6 points clear, it's because you're a bloody good team. Yeah, and that's what I want us to start seeing. I don't think we're going to be going and blitzing teams 4s and 5s for the most part. But I want us to be better than the opposition every time we play them. And that's what I expect us to do. Not only just be better than them, but I want us to want it more. And I expect us to. We've got to. That's what it's all about, boys. You know, we're not at that crunch game at the start of the season yet. But, you know, we can't be letting Manchester City back into it when it gets to that crunch. We need as many points on that table as possible. Because when it starts getting squeaky bum time, as Sir Alex coined, that's when you really start to know what these boys are made of. No, that's when you know. That's when you know when these boys are made of. When it starts getting to April, May, when it starts getting a match day 30, you'll find out what this team's really made of. And I want us to pick up while there's still pressure on. I want us to get as much points in that bloody bag as possible. Because if this team decides to blow their arseholes out again, hopefully we'll have been able to put enough points in the bank to be able to hold it this time.
You're going for a 4-1. You're going for a 4-1 Arsenal victory this Saturday, then, Aaron.
Well, you know, 4-1, 5-1 something like that. You know, no. You know, I'm gonna go for a 2-1.
Yeah, I understand.
A 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Kenny, I mean, Aaron,
sorry. Before you go, I've got to go. I've got the kids in the motor and all of that.
Aaron, go on, bless to the kids. Safe
journey, to the kids.
Careful.
Aaron, they can hear you. They had a little look up. Firstly,
hi guys.
Big.
Hello, little
you've got away from the daughter. Yeah. The boy is just yeah. But yeah. Pleasure, DJB. Thank you very much for inviting me on. And I'll say it to you always, Kenny. I'll say it to you always, Kenny, but it's only because I mean it. I've been listening to you since day dot, and I respect your opinion through every fucking roof of every building, of every planet, of every universe. It's brilliant to share a screen with you, bud.
He's everyone's uncle. He's everyone's uncle, man.
Take care, mate. Have a good stream, boys. Thank you very much for having me on.
Yeah, big up, Aaron. Big up, man. Thanks a
lot.
Bye,
mate.
See you, mate. Take care. That's Aaron Talks Arsenal. Make sure you sub into Aaron. He made some good points there, Kenny. I mean, you know, it would be nice to win playing attractive football so no one can have any comebacks and, you know, we're there on merit and people can't say we're lucky or we're winging it. However, That's not the case with this Arsenal team, is it? So how do you see Nottingham Forest on Saturday?
What? I was having this discussion earlier. I was having a Instagram live with Albert football. You met him as well. I think with they're going to be very organised. They're going to be so hard to beat. On paper they've got some very good players. Nico Williams at left back.
They have got some good players on paper.
He's got a Champions League medal. Was he in the Liverpool squad that won the Champions League? It didn't play. They've got Aina's back from the Aina did go to the African Cup of Nations, but because of injury, but he's now starting games, so he's back. He would play against us at the Emirates. Then you've got the Milenkovic and Murillo, good centre-half partnership, and also you've got Anderson. You know that
Anderson's a very good player. I really rate him.
Gibbs White is going to press and run his nuts off. He's going to press very hard. You know that Igor Thiago, Igor, the Brazilian, Igor Jesus, he's going to be running his nuts off as well. He's going to have a go. And then obviously, without a shadow of doubt, you've got to look
Kenny,
at...
can I just come in on that? What you've just said there, naming them players.
Yeah.
Do you think Forest are in a false position? Do you think they're better than where they should be?
Not really, because let's remember they had some good results and they started losing the games, and Nuno fell out with Marinakis, and then Marinakis made a fool of himself by bringing in Postecoglou, who is never going to work. Postecoglou is the most non-negotiable coach I've ever known. He only plays one way, even if it's at the detriment of results. The only time he actually changed the way he plays is when he went a goal up for a fortuitous goal in the Europa Cup final, and then he went, oh, you know what? I told everyone I always win trophies in my second year. So guess what? He decided to put men behind the ball, because he knew he could, as I said, he could see the trophy gleaming. But they are where they should be because they've had bad results.
Yeah.
They had a great result at Anfield, but they followed it up with a few poor performances. Lost against Everton, who I don't rate. Were very unlucky against Man City, and that's when they had their best performances. They're very organised, made themselves very difficult to beat.
What Sean Dyche does, though, he sends to have a good performance.
He's going to be no different. He's going to be no different when we play against them. It's Saturday. They're going to be organised. He's going to need Gibbs White to run his nuts off, which he's going to do. But it's not going to be from an attacking point of view. It's on the ball. He's going to be in their faces. He's going to be very competitive. Elliott, he's going to need not just Anderson to be to protect the defence, but he's going to need him on the ball to actually dictate the midfield. So, and then you've got that crowd as well. Oh my God, that is a very intimidating atmosphere. They're right on top of you at the City Ground.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It's a nasty place to go.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to be up for it. But Sean Dyche is going to sort of like calm heads and say, come on, don't give anything away. He's going to work his nuts off on set pieces.
There's going to be no respect shown to us, though, is there, Kenny? I mean, Sean Dyche won't do that.
There will be in the sense that he's going to make himself difficult to beat. But one thing is, on the set pieces, they're going to be like, he's going to make sure that we don't have a spare man like we did against Chelsea for the first goal. He's going to be relentless. And as we speak, they're probably practicing defending their set pieces.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what's your gut feeling then, Kenny? Do you reckon he'll line up?
If we win, it's going to be 1-0, 2-1.
It's going to be ugly.
We don't keep clean sheets anymore anyway, so it'll probably be 2-1 Arsenal. We rarely keep clean sheets.
What's your lineup, Kenny? Can you see many changes? Is Havertz going to be brought in?
The only change is going to be in goal. In goal, it's going to be a change, but apart from that, it's going to be the same team, which means Martinelli is on the bench. Madueke's on the bench as they don't get a game. Marino has done more than enough to to actually feel that he's probably unlucky not to start games for us, especially in midfield where I thought he was really
Do you
good when he
think
came on.
Marino's edged himself ahead of Eze if there was a choice?
Yeah,
You think?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Chat ain't
can't
gonna like that, Kenny.
yeah, but
But no, it is, isn't it? I think
yeah,
so.
but the fact is we can't wait for Eze to come good. We can't wait for Gyökeres to be consistent. We can't wait for Ranieri to get his chance. This time's running out. We're now in the second half of the season. Games are coming thick and fast. We have to get results. If we take our foot off the gas and we drop points, Man City, if they don't drop any more points, we'll be there waiting. We can't afford to worry about players' feelings or players' minutes.
No, it's brutal, isn't it? It is
As
brutal.
I said before, first of all, as I said, the bus will leave you behind.
Yeah, no, you facts, Kenny. I mean, my prediction I was going to go 2-1, Nottingham Forest. I think we'll edge it 2-1. Again, it ain't going to be pretty, but then watching Arsenal overall is not pretty. But as long as we get the points and as long as we get the job done, that's all that matters. Especially if City beat Man United. I think City's going to thump Man United personally. I think they're going to thump them. I think they're going to really make a statement.
They got it. I think the thing is, Man United are going to be very encouraged by the fact that they're going to have Bomo back. They're going to they're going to have Bomo back. They're going to have like I said, they're going to have Diallo as well because both their teams will not be featured.
Can you see City winning that though? Can you see City winning that the weekend? It's at the Etihad.
I can see Man United nicking it.
Can you? You can see Man United nicking it. I hope so.
Yeah,
mate.
because simple reason is that Man United are one of those teams that you underestimate them at your peril.
Yeah,
they're an angry. They have got a lot of making up to do with their fans. They've got a lot of making up to do.
They've
with
got us the following week though, Kenny. So I don't want to. You know what I mean? So,
Man United,
damage both teams.
Man United are either going. Man United probably won't play well in both games against us and City, but they'll play well in one of them.
Yeah, facts, Jam.
That's a guarantee. They'll play well in one of them. They're not necessarily going to play well at Old Trafford and play poorly and play well at the Emirates. It'll be just like them to get thumped by City, but come to Arsenal, get a proper manager, do what Liverpool did, be good on the ball, and just say to Bruno Fernandes, just keep the ball. Just keep the ball.
And it is Old Trafford. I thought it was at the Etihad.
Yeah. Šeško, hold the ball up. Just please hold the ball up. Cunha, please just pass the ball. Don't hold the ball too long. Just pass. Just pass.
Be an interesting game Saturday.
Yeah.
Be an interesting game.
I
thought it was at the Etihad, but
you know what happened? You know what happened? At the Emirates, they're playing Harry Maguire because of their set pieces. He'll play.
Yeah. 100%, Kenny. He'll play. Yeah, because of set pieces.
He'll play either Euro or Aiden Heaven, our ex-player. Either way, they're going to play badly in one game and well in the other one.
Well, let's just hope they play. Let's just hope they play well on Saturday and badly against us. That'd be good. No, big up to everyone. Big up to everyone that's been in the chat.
If Man United players, if Man United can't get himself up for Man City one week and then Arsenal the next, then they should be. Then they really are a club in turmoil.
Yeah.
No, remember, they can still get the top four. They can still get the top four.
Oh no, it's crazy league, isn't it? Isn't it a bonkers league? It's crap.
It's perverse. As perverse as it sounds, that's exactly what it is.
I mean, it is. I mean, but we've got to sing praise to that Brentford manager. Everyone tipped Brentford to go down. They lost Wissa, they lost Mbeumo, they lost their club captain, and that guy has done madness for that team. I mean, where he's got Brentford this season is incredible.
Can I be bold and say...
You can be bold, Kenny. Go on, mate.
The reason why they're doing really well is because their home record is unbelievably good.
Oh, no, and we've got to go there, haven't we? We've got to go there. See, we've
yeah,
got to go to Brentford. This is what I'm saying.
and then after Brentford, the next away game's Tottenham.
Yeah. So, listen, I know on paper we've got the favourable fixtures, Kenny, but they're all dodgy places to go to, aren't they?
Well, the thing about it, they're only favourable if we're playing our best football, and they're only favourable if we're not conceding goals. We concede goals. We do give teams an inning in a football match.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, teams are thinking, you know what? Let's just give them a game. We may not win it, but we give them a game.
Yeah, the game is their cup final, isn't it? When Arsenal come to town, it's it's a game that they can. It's a game that they can come out on top of and do well.
Thing as well, you've got a left.
Easy games in the Premier, ain't mate? No easy games at all.
I wouldn't lose any sleep if I had Timber at left back. I'd be happy.
Yeah. No. Exactly. Now, big up to everyone. Big up to everyone that's in the chat. Kenny, where can we as if they don't know already, but shout it out, my friend.
Well, as if you don't know, you can find me at Kenny King 1972 at Instagram only. I like TikTok, but I don't participate. And Twitter has just been there's a cesspit of insanity, political insanity.
I agree.
It's insane. You got your Arsenal fans who you used to interact with, and you think, right, let's talk about the football. What they talk about is refereeing decisions that don't involve Arsenal. They slag off Gary Neville, slag off Carragher, slag off anyone who doesn't think Arsenal's the be all and end all with everything, and they talk about politics. I mean, of course, I want to interact with people who don't talk about Arsenal. You know what I mean? It's getting silly.
True,
really
man.
silly. You know what I mean?
True. And myself, I'll be my next stream will be the Sunday sit back session where we'll analyse and go through and digest and rip to pieces the weekend's football, especially Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. Hopefully, we'll have smiles on our face and we haven't got too much to talk about other than a victory. And it's been an absolute pleasure, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. I do like this Thursday little chat that we have, a little tea time chat. It's really good.
You know what? I hope the public likes it as well. I hope the public like it.
Yeah, because it's not bitching. It's not getting too carried away. It's just chatting football. And as if you're sitting in your own living room, it's absolutely marvellous. Kenny's all wrapped up. I'm all wrapped up. We're going to wrap it up because I know Kenny's probably getting hungry. I can see, and I don't want to upset Kenny because I do want to watch the cups. I do want to watch the cup semi-final.
It's an absolute myth that I eat too much.
But Kenny, obviously you're going to the away, you're going to the home leg, aren't you? Are you going to the FA Cup, Wigan?
Well, we've all got the email, isn't it? That we got.
Yeah, we got the email yesterday. Well, I got the email this morning. But are you going, or you not made your mind up yet?
You think about it, you always got to think about loyalty points, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Loyalty points.
I probably will go.
I think we're all going to be mightily, inconvenienced and aggrieved and annoyed if that game is put on a Monday Night Football when really truly is only
don't put it on a Monday night.
That would annoy a lot of people because don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's a half term for the kids and everything, but ITV have already got a game.
Bless you, my love.
Yeah, ITV already got a game.
Obviously,
a championship game between Coventry and Middlesbrough. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have an FA Cup game. Just don't have that FA Cup game.
No, don't have that one, please. Not on a Monday night. Not on a Monday night. What about the carry out? You get the Champions League. That's going to be a real big dead rubber, isn't it?
The Champions League games. I'm sure we're all going to find £71 per game in it for the Champions League.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up Paul Nash as well. Big up Jam Boy. Big up Danso. Big up everyone that's been in. If you've just come across and discovered the huddle, welcome. We all huddle together. Make sure that you sub to the channel. Thank you very much.
We do quite a lot of that. I'll tell you one thing, DJB.
Go on, mate.
There's going to be a time that if we're still having this conversation in April and we're still 6 points ahead, I think Arsenal fans are allowed to dream.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Time,
We are allowed to dream.
Games will run out for Man City to actually overhaul us.
Yeah, it's up to Man City. It's up to Man City. Big up, Aaron, as well. Thank you for coming on. No, it is. Listen, I think it's in our hands. I think it's ours to lose. Unfortunately, we've been here before. So that's the reason why we're all cautious.
No Arsenal fan.
It's not negative. It's just human nature.
No Arsenal fan who actually goes to games. No, I don't know. Let me rephrase that. You don't have to go to games. Every Arsenal fan deep down is preparing themselves for the worst.
Yeah,
simple.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter whether you go to games or not, whether you're Arteta in that or not. We've in the last 3 years, all we've seen is near misses. So
exactly. That is all we've seen, Kenny, and this is why we keep
anyone down.
This is why we keep it real. And chat, and everyone else.
And
you will never see, even in the parade, if we get to the parade and we're lifting the big Premiership trophy on the parade, you still won't see me and Kenny Ken doing this nonsense.
Yeah, not at all.
Isn't that right, Kenny? What are you going to leave them with, Kenny? What are you going to leave them with? You always leave us with something.
There's no way. Well, first thing, I'm not going to be singing his name, the manager's name. I refuse to. And I won't be singing for the North London forever. I'll just do Roy Keane's just done his job.
That's it. Just done his job. Exactly, Kenny. We won't be singing our
I'll say well done. I'll say thank you because Dave, I'll acknowledge that he look. If Arsenal win a league and win trophies, this is his achievement. You can't take away the fact that it's his achievement. But you're still gonna. But I still think that there are better managers out there than him. That's
Definitely. And going forward, I think we need that step up, personally. Yeah. I mean, you've got to give credit where credit's due if he gets us over the line. But it's taken long enough. He's spent enough money. So that's minimum expectancy. He's at a club like Arsenal. He's at a club like Arsenal, third biggest club in the country, one of the biggest clubs in Europe. He's had an unchallenged contract. He's had the money. Personally, he's had the money. He's had the money to spend on the club.
Yeah.
As Roy Keane said, and as Kenny's just said, you've done your job. You've done your job. That's it.
One thing about Arsenal, for a big club and a club that's clearly the third biggest club in the country, we do have periods when we do go have barren years without winning trophies.
Massive. We had it.
For a club of our size. A club of our size, it's quite woeful. It's quite woeful.
It is, Kenny. And this is where we've got to try. I mean, we've been following them for many years and we have had barren spells in between winning stuff. We need to get this club where it's winning consistently. So if it wins the Premiership this year and it don't win it next year, wins it the year after. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or it does the double the year after that. That's consistency. We can't go 7, 8, 9 years again without winning anything.
It was the kind of way with George and Arsene. We went 4 years without winning a dub, winning a trophy not between 98 and 2002. But after winning the title in 2002, we didn't win it in 2003 when we should have. But the year after we won it, and George 89 and 91. But when you talk about, I don't think Arsenal were equipped to actually have the years of domination that probably Liverpool had Liverpool had Bob Hayes in the 80s and 70s, and Sir Alex Ferguson had for those nearly 20 years, from 93 to 2013. 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think Arsenal can do that. Because I think that there's so many teams out there now with so much dough that and you've got teams like Man City with big dough, Chelsea with big dough, Liverpool with big ambitions. It's going to be bloody hard. And Newcastle, everyone's forgotten that Newcastle got owners that are richer than anyone else.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Kenny, and let's hope it continues. But bless up everyone, stay safe, it should be a good weekend of football. You've got the Manchester derby Arsenal going to Forest. West Ham and Spurs. That's always a feisty one.
I was waiting for you to mention that.
West Ham versus Spurs. The Hammers need 3 points, and I hope they get out of it.
And it's at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium where there's a lot, where
West Ham always do well against Spurs. Though. West Ham always do well against Spurs.
I've got a little song for you.
Go on in.
Yesterday in the crowd, we were singing a last little song. So if you can just bear with me before we leave, I'm going to leave this song ringing through your ears, and that goes for the chat. Arsenal boys on a bender. Thomas Frank is a silver member. Arsenal boys on a bender. Thomas Frank is a silver member.
I heard that one. Oh, Thomas Frank is a silver member. Yeah, legendary.
We were singing that all throughout the game, and we were singing that in on the concourse of Fulham Broadway when we were on our way home. It was absolutely brilliant.
Oh man, I bet that was funny. He's never going to live that down, is he, Thomas Frank? Listen, I like Thomas Frank. I've got to be honest. I like Thomas Frank.
I think he's too good. I think he's too good a manager to be in these sort of problems. But
I don't think Thomas Frank's the problem. I think Spurs is the problem. I don't think they trust him.
The thing is, if he loses against West Ham,
this new regime don't trust him.
He's gone.
Yeah, I unfortunately I do, but I think Thomas Frank has got I think he's a good manager, and I think he's got good years ahead of him. I just don't feel. I think he's at the wrong club. No more, Matty. No more, man. We can't get Kenny singing. He won't. He'll tell you.
I'll go on in one more time, right?
Go on in.
Arsenal boys on a bender. Thomas Frank is a silver member.
There you go. Go on, Kenny. What can I say?
Boys on a bender. Thomas Frank is a silver member.
We'll be there. We'll be there. See, this is what he'll be singing in the North Bank, but he won't be singing North London Forever. You won't get that from me and Kenny. You won't get that from me and Kenny. We keep it real. We keep it logic.
No more now. I've done my bit. I've done my bit for night. I've done my bit for Top of the Pops.
Oh, magic, man! I'll tell you honestly. Only here on the huddle can you get Kenny.
Only here on the huddle, right? Only here on the huddle.
Only a little walk for me. I'll be over with DJB. Yes, Binks, we will meet up. You'll see me and Aaron. Southern Gooner, big up to you, my friend. Bless you always.
Don't tell me. If we get Wembley, Aaron's going to be in a nice little motor from the A406.
Oh, Aaron will be all over Wembley, mate. He'll book hotels and all sorts, mate. I'm telling you. And Budapest. But if we get to the Holy Grail, the trophy that I really want, which is the Champions League, none of this Premiership.
Jamboy, 1894. That's exactly the song we're going to sing against Tottenham.
Yeah, can't wait to hear that. Tottenham v Arsenal.
And I'm going to be there leading the song.
Yeah, can't wait.
That's if he's still manager. That's if he's still manager there.
That's if he's still manager. Yeah, if he messes up against West Ham, he could be gone. He could be gone at the weekend. I feel sorry for him. I do. I've got a little soft spot for Tommy Frank. I like Tommy Franks. But anyway, guys, bless up to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe. Kenny, been an absolute pleasure. This has been the Arsenal Huddle. Thanks for everyone that's come in, all your comments. Make sure you sub, smash a like on the channel. It does help our community and it does help the channels. Big up to Matty that popped in on the chat. Rashid as well. Make sure you're following Rashid. Big up to Rashid. Obviously, Aaron, he came in on his Matrix, and he even had his two little rugrats in the car as well. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. All on the huddle, guys. Bless you all. Take care.
Thanks, singing.
And we'll see you. And we'll see you soon. Take it easy, brothers.